Hello, buddy. My name is MrBonesy, and welcome back to Corpse Party Book of Shadows. Now, in the last episode, we were being chased by the guy with the killer guy zombie. Consider other options. My arms and legs are still numb that I couldn't trust myself to get out of this room safely. I had to think of something else. I had to buy some time. Ooh, guys. Seemed like the little girl was pulling the huge man's strings, and he didn't really want to hurt me, so maybe I could reason with him. What are you doing? Kill her. Whoa, God, I'm not in the mood to read. Hold on, let me drink this. Maybe this will give me some pep. Nah, what's wrong? He suddenly doubled over and began clawing at his throat, seemingly in a great deal of pain. Reasoning with him really wasn't going to work. He was too unstable, and if it came down to me or the little girl, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't win. Now might be my best chance to escape. Cool. Ooga. Oh, bitch, I don't know where going to the second. I left. No, the huge man is there. I can't pass them. Maybe if I find a way to distract him and break from it. Sink! There's a faucet. I don't know if that'll actually work. That's why I thought no water. My throat's so dry. What do I do? I have to be... Fuck, I don't know. What the fuck is this? Oh, light it. It's not working idea. Oh, are you serious? Bottle! There's bottles. Take. It's not water, is it? Holy water. Wait, oh, I thought it was gonna be holy water. How long are you playing this squat like there like that? Oh, kill her. Good thing I lived. Instinctively, I threw the glass bottle at the huge man with the hammer. Ooh! He flinched and stumbled backwards. His hammer was still raised. However, and smashed into one of the light bulbs, and the ceiling shattered it. Jesus, I read that. That was an ongoing sentence I did. That didn't make sense at all. It's dark, but I might be able to get away now. The feeling had begun returning to my legs, so I wasted no time. Happily yelling, "Excuse me," as I left, I darted through the dark lab using what I remembered of its layout to avoid obstacles to reach the door. That's pretty impressive for a young child. Oh, this is lineup of characters here. Hey, did you do that on purpose? Oh, worthless scum. Fix it or you get no more rewards from me. Oh, just go after her already. What rewards would you give to a zombie? How many times have we crossed paths with that girl now? Maybe she has that paper scrap to keep her safe. Her fate hasn't been sealed yet. I have to find somewhere to hide. I could hear the sounds of someone else running just a short distance in front of me. I couldn't make it out who it was with any certainty, but I did briefly catch a glimpse of a figure retreating into the darkness, and it looked like Big Brother? That was Big Brother just now, wasn't it? I just took out a pursuit. If that was Big Brother, then I had to catch up with him. Big Brother, Big Brother! He must have heard me. His pace never slowed, and I saw him disappear around the corner. He's not stopping. I have to go after him. Big Brother, Big Brother! God, how many times are you going to say Big Brother? God damn it. I hate search modes. Well, if he's running down the hallway... No, I'm going the wrong direction, I think, because if I was in the lab and my character was going up, that means it wouldn't be over here. Wait, let's go back. God, I'm gonna be honest. I said it in multiple episodes before. I hate search mode. Search mode is my least favorite thing about this game. I know, like, the argument could be made. It's like, oh, wasn't search mode basically in the first game? But it was, you know, you actually controlled yourself and you went to every other room. Yeah, I felt a little more engaged in that than this. Big Brother, where did you go? It's too quiet. I don't think he came this way. I should look for him back in the main hallway. Are you fucking serious? God, I don't know where to go. Look how many options I have here. Every box could be a unique thing. And look, go here. Wow, let's search this room, guys. Fuck! What's that noise? Arg! Suddenly my field of vision started going tipsy-turvy. Was I falling? It was an earthquake, but there was more than just that. The floor beneath me was moving up and down in time with the quake's left and right motions. Big brother, big brother! I tried to putting one hand on the floor for balance and getting back to my feet. I need to keep going after big brother, otherwise I'll lose this trail. I thought I've done it. I was standing now and had started getting used to the vibrations. As long as I hugged the walls, I could walk. But that all quite literally came crashing down around me soon enough. The wildly shaking floors cracked, then crumbled, and I was free falling. Ah, I'm falling! Ah! Am I dead? I raised my head and found myself laying on top of a pile of rubble. I wasn't too much worse from the wear, though all things considered. Where am I? I looked all around me frantically, but saw nothing even remotely familiar. This was definitely someplace new, and it didn't feel like much more like a school anymore. The walls and floor were made from packed dirt, with only railroad tiles keeping it all together. It's really musty down here. I knew I was underground. I had to be. It just felt that way. There was no windows anywhere, and based on the smell, there was no ventilation either. It's really hard to breathe. Oh no, Big Brother! Big Brother might have gotten caught off guard by the earthquake too. I thought he could be down here. It was a big one after all. Maybe he was injured. Maybe he couldn't move. I have to find him right away. I tried pushing myself up from the pile of rubble, ready to shoot to my feet and continue the search. That didn't last long. However, my hands and feet were still a little numb from the ropes, making it hard to keep my balance. I fell back onto my butt. My underwear had completely waterlogged. I feel like a sponge. It squished unpleasantly on the debris, sending a cold chill through my entire body. What's going on? I don't need to hear that sound. I reached down and felt it, and it was absolutely soaked through. Okay, and it would take forever for it to dry. That's right, I forgot. I peed myself. I was wrapped up and running for my life, and I chasing after Big Brother. I didn't even notice I didn't notice the wetness, but now I couldn't get it out of my mind. Oh, it's gross. Tears were really up in my eyes. How could I be so pathetic? I forced myself to my feet, doing my best to try to ignore the squishy sensation. I wouldn't use that word. I wouldn't be able to ignore it for long, though. My panties were noticeably heavier now, and the urine they absorbed was practically ice cold. I couldn't go on like this. I was going to get a rash or catch pneumonia. Pneumonia? God, I can't say that word right. You know, I'm just gonna fucking roll with that with my thousandth times, or something. And every step was going to be on its own form of mushy, gushy hell. But what could I do? I could take them off, but then what? Carry them with me? Ew. Leave them on the floors for someone else to find? No thanks. Big brother, big brother. I swallowed my pride, held back my tears as best as I could, and waddled onwards. Isn't there anywhere I could go to get these off? Where the fuck do I go? Oh my god, I don't know where to go now. Storehouse. Search mode is like so obnoxious. Door won't open. Is it locked? I have to find somewhere else. You don't need to do that. Hey, it's also like search mode. It's like, just move on. It's just plop me in the room. Just drop me there. Fucking hell. It's really dark in here. Crazy. Well, I don't see anything outright that speaks to me. And I don't want to... definitely don't want to look around with 90. Jesus, I've never seen it that high before. Yeah, apparently if you read... I think it's all got fucked up because I was messing around before that QuickTime event. If that's the case, that sucks. It's locked. I went off. Big brother! Because if it raises to 100, it's a game over. Well, I fucking went everywhere. This is a dead end with a dead body, and I don't even want to look at it because of darkening. I'm kind of forced to look at my walkthrough here. Oh, I could go to the girls' restroom. That will only take 50 fucking years. Because I hate this fucking mechanic. Yeah, maybe I was slower in the first game because I actually physically walked everywhere and looked around. But at least I was engaged. At least I felt like I was in control of what I was doing. This, I'm just watching someone walk and I'm just like, is this an actual bathroom? There's no protective seals and sniff sniff, no weird smells. The only bathrooms I've seen up to this point were unstable. Charms on the doors mysteriously stealing the room shut. Bodies hanging in the stalls. But this looked to be a completely normal bathroom. Certainly the most normal I've seen since getting stuck in this place anyways. Yes, to fucking use it. Would you stop it? Oh wait, what? Are you serious? Boys' bathroom? Oh, crazy. Fuck, that's it. Walkthrough time. Where do I go? What do you mean? The fuck do you mean? I literally took 2 seconds and immediately it says girls' restroom with loose board on the ground. The fuck? Why did the dialogue repeat? There's the wet loose board. I don't see a loose board. What are you talking about? I am seeing something blue. There's a loose piece of wood on the ground here. Fucking where? I don't see shit. I would even get to the stalls. I tried to pull one of the wood stall doors open. Is anyone in there? I listened carefully for the hints of response, even going as far as to hold my breath. I guess if somebody did respond, it would be pretty scary. But there wasn't a single sound to be heard. The entire room was dead silent. The walls were made from packed dirt after all, and there was a lot of moisture in the air. Effectively, this whole place was naturally soundproof. This is perfect. There's nobody else around. Ah. I backed away from the stall silently and almost tripped over a fairly sizable crack in the ground. About 5 centimeters wide. I don't need to know the diameters of this thing. This might be a good spot to hide them. Oh, that's why. Finally, I was able to get out of these waterlogged panties. Despite being alone, I still crouched down and removed them as discreetly as I could. And then I shoved them tightly into the crack and I discovered. The hole's not big enough. Some of it's still sticking out. If only there was just a little more space. What do I do now? I know, I could use that piece of wood to dig in there and make it bigger. Use piece of wood. I'm so glad Big Brother didn't have to see me doing this. Please don't let anybody find me until I'm done. Especially not Big Brother. Not that Big Brother would be likely to wander into a girl's bathroom, but it'd be possibly given the circumstances. So just to be safe, I figured it couldn't hurt to pray that didn't happen. Maybe I should stuff them down even further. It'll be embarrassing you were to find these after all. Okay. My underwear was now totally buried and out of sight. There was no way anyone could come across it if they didn't know it was there. Satisfied, I stood up. It's so drafty now. But it's still a lot better than wearing wet panties. Ah! Oh, it's nothing but earthquakes since we got down here. I wonder if this place will be okay. It seems even older than the school building. That was not an earthquake sound. That was someone like bashing the back of your head. I peeked my head out of the bathroom and looked around. Nobody is out, right? Big Brother, Big Brother! My voice echoed a lot louder than I expected. It actually surprised me, considering the wet dirt walls. I didn't think sound would travel that far. I'm scared. If any one of Big Brother's friends are nearby, please. I really want to wash my hands. I began walking through the halls once again, this time a bit slower and more unevenly due to the exhaustion. Where now? I literally searched all these. I'll search storehouse. I don't think I even entered this place before. If this is the same thing, though, I'm just gonna be honest. There's a reason why Steam is open in the background. I guess I really can't open. I wonder where this place exits to. Okay, Steam. Okay, it says goes to the body pool. Didn't I go there already? What? Because when I went there. I'm almost sad because I don't even remember going there. The doors to this particular room were shuddering ever so slightly, as if it was a breeze blowing against it gently from inside. I think I can open this. Slowly and hesitantly, I put both hands on the doorknob and started to turn. I guess I can go in. Alright, let's see what's in here. I hope I get next to an exit somewhere. It smells awful. As soon as the door opened, even a crack, a powerful, horrible stench slammed into my face and twisted around my nostril cavities like a jet of water. This is the smell of something rotting. I was instantly feeling nauseous and lightheaded, as if were suddenly deprived of oxygen. I can't do this. I need to get out of here. This sounded like water. Is there water in here? Holding my nose, I stepped back into the room and crept over towards the source of the noise. If there were water, maybe I could wash my hands, I thought. Where is it? My extreme thirst came back full force as well. Clean water was the greatest thing I could have possibly found at this point. I accidentally kicked over a bucket, spilling its contents on the ground in front of me. Yeah! Countless flies immediately flew out from the overturned bucket and began swarming all over me. Their buzzing wings sounded right up against my ears, as if they were attacking me. Ah! I let go of my nose and began flailing my arms wildly, attempting in vain to drive them away. I can't even see my hands in front of my face. Ugh! As I haphazardly stumbled forward, I found my foot splashing in shallow liquids. Mere moments later, my head came in contact with the wall and brushed up against the switch. I heard a faint clicking sound, and then... Ah! The lights blinked on, and I've got a close look at the room I was standing in. What is this place? Are those bodies? A large portion of the floor had been dug out into something resembling a pool, which was filled with stagnant, discolored water and dismembered bodies. Whimper. The bodies were decomposing a lot faster than they naturally would. On the amount of the wetness, most of them had swarms of maggots instead of faces. Several bodies have actually washed up on the ground outside of the pool as well. I'm washed up right now. Those few that still had limbs looked like they may lose. I don't know why I thought that was gonna this was gonna be like one word, and I was like, what word is that? They may lose them at any moment. Their torsos were all swollen and black, and everything else was bone white. Well, why is there so many bodies in one place? The closest body was sprouting a sappy mucus from its nose and mouth and staring at me with an ugly, mean expression. Ah! The thick fluid coming out of its reddish brown in color, it seemed to be a disgusting mixture of blood and dead bugs. What's that sound? Some sort of huge door, high along the top of the wall, opened up. I could clearly feel a breeze blowing through the room. It was a trash chute? If I climb up here, maybe I can get back into the school building. What is that? I could hear something. It's getting close. I was afraid it might be coming through that hole. So I put some distance between it and myself. Something heavy fell from above and splashed into the pool, spraying my face with rotten, stagnant water. A body! Ah! That body must have just fallen into the pool of water, was wearing a school uniform. As soon as it touched the liquid, it began bubbling and melting into it, as if it was a bag of ingredients tossed into a stew pot. One of the poor victim's lungs floated to the surface, giving the whole scene even more of a sick, soup-like appearance. Gas, weep, gag. I need to get out of here now. I can't stay in here any longer. I dragged my wet foot on the dry part of the ground for a second or two, then made a dash to the door. As soon as I was backed out of the hall, I fell to my knees in shock. I couldn't even move. The smell of death and decay was still sticking to me and still trying to sneak its way into my nose. It was all I could do to not throw up on the spot. I hadn't eaten anything for hours, so I'm not even sure what would have actually thrown up, but I still felt like I had more strongly than ever before. Maybe it would have been best just to let it come out. I'm sure I would have felt better afterwards. But I honestly didn't want to see my own vomit right now. Not after all the other disgusting things I seen. I had enough. Wheeze. Why is this all happening? Sob. All times like this, especially, I really longed for my big brother. If only he were here with me. I cried out for him as if it was a prayer. Big brother, please come save me. Come save me. I can't move. Is somebody there? No shit. Is somebody there? Oh shit. I didn't expect it to be you though. Ah, it hurts. There was a little girl here with an arm outstretched, begging for help. I rushed over to her side. What's wrong? Are you all right? She was faintly glowing. Is she a ghost? My stomach really hurts, and my chest feels like it's on fire. She seems to be in a lot of she seems to be in a lot of pain, but all I could do for her is here. I don't see injuries. Is it painful? No shit. It hurts. All I could do for her was offer physical comfort. If I rubbed her back, maybe she'll feel better. Thanks. I'm sorry. This is all I know how to do. It feels a lot better now. Does it? I'm so glad to hear that. The girl grimaced again, as if she was expressing some new pain all of a sudden. You shouldn't push yourself too hard, okay? Okay. So, did you get lost in here too? Uh-huh. I don't know. I just woke up in here. I woke up? Yeah. I've been so alone. Oh, you've been been all alone all this time? You've been a real trooper then. I gently brushed my head against the little girl's face, wiping away her tears. Did I say head? I think I said hand. I'd only just met her, but I already felt for her. She had it a lot worse than I did. So tell me, what's your name? Sachiko. Sachiko? Your name is Sachiko? Uh-huh. I'm Yuka. Yuka Mochida. Completely gonna ignore the fact that it's called Sachiko Forever Charm, by the way. Yo, Yuka? Big sister Yuka? Big sister? You want me to be your big sister? Oh, it's just a little weird to hear somebody call me big sister, that's all. But I like it. I took Sachiko's tiny little hand in my own and pulled it to her feet. I was like, was I reading that? There we go. You could stand, right? Oh, like pull her. Oh. My dumbass was thinking you grabbed her hand and put it down to her feet. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Sachiko's hand was thin and light compared to my own. Not just light. It almost felt like it was completely weightless. I guess she really is a ghost. Sachiko noticed me staring at her, and I must have had quite a look on my face. This seemed to bother her, so I did my best to force a smile. I'm sure she was worried I'll leave her all by herself again, and wanted to make sure she knew I was here for her. What's wrong, big sis? Oh, nothing. I was just thinking about something else. I'm sorry. Sachiko lowered her head and looked like she was about to cry. Why are you apologizing? Because I think I'm a ghost. I'm different from you, big sis. I'm so sorry if I scared you. Ah! Was just my fear really upsetting this little girl so much? That's terrible! I took Sachiko's arm. I took Sachiko's hand in both mine, turning to face her, ducking down a little so our eyes were leveled. So how tall are you guys? I was assuming you guys were the same height, but I don't know. Yeah, but I guess you're taller? It's okay. I am scared of ghosts, but I'm not scared of you. I promise. You're not scared for real? No, I'm not. I'm not scared of you, Sachiko. Big sis, are you going to leave me? I did not have to think for a moment, since I knew I couldn't take a ghost with me very far, but in the end, I also knew I couldn't just leave her. Well, will you come with me to look for my big brother? Your big brother? Yeah. See, I really can't take it seriously when you're in this face, because this face looks like you're like, oh. Yeah, that's literally me. I'm going to be honest, that's me right now. Yeah, he's a really kind, really dependable person. I'm sure he'll be really nice to you too, Sachiko. Her head was still down, but her eyes were peeking up at me. She looked nervous, but for the first time since we started talking, she also looked hopeful. You don't mind if Sachiko comes with you? Sure. Not especially in third person, but sure. You're not alone anymore. Yuka, your big sister, is right here for you. Honestly, I was lonely too. I probably wanted her with me just as badly as she wanted someone with her. Ghost or no. Ghost or no is not really... Okay. Come on, Sachiko, let's go. I turned to head back down the hall, but was stopped by Sachiko tugging on my uniform. She was wearing a forced smile on her face, but still looked uneasy. Big sis, Will you do what I say? What do you say? What was she going to tell me to do? I was surprised by the question. I wasn't sure how my best to respond. But the longer I thought about it, the more uneasy she looked, so... your big sister will listen to any request you make. Really? Uh-huh. You can ask me anything you want, anytime. Okay. There was clearly something specific she had in mind, but I wasn't going to push her about it. She asked me when she was ready. She seemed satisfied with my answer and let go of my uniform. And so, hand in hand, we continued down the hall in search of my big brother. Well, this is unnerving. Want to go to the death room? It's probably where you want me to be. I wish there was like a little trail on the map so I could actually see her walking with me. I guess Big Brother really isn't in here. I guess not. Sachiko, have you seen anyone else in here besides me? Uh-huh. That's all she said. And then silently, and she squatted on the ground and wrapped her arms around her knees. What's wrong? Are you hurt? Big sis, I'm cold. You're cold? Well, no, you're dead. So, sorry, not sorry. I can't warm you. Ooh, is that warming you? She nodded firmly, almost exaggeratedly. I guess that makes sense. If a ghost can't feel pain, there's no reason she... If a ghost can feel pain, there's no reason she couldn't also feel changes in temperature. Poor girl. As if to show me just how cold she was, she then started visibly shivering. Brr. Hey, Sachiko, is there anything I could do to make you feel better? Anything? Uh-huh. You've been through so much already. I don't want you to have to go through anything else. So I can help. Just tell me. In that case, can I have those? She was pointing at my feet. My socks? This is the first time I noticed that Sachiko was walking around barefoot. Ah! I was so busy worried about myself, about finding my big brother, that I completely failed to pay attention to the pearl Sachiko's appearance. Who cares? I'm sorry. I didn't notice earlier. It's alright. Sachiko shook her head. If I'm supposed to be her big sister, I really need to be more observant. I need to pay more attention. What are we playing house? You just met her! If I were her big brother, I would have noticed right away and given her my shoes. Bitch, I don't even give people I know my shoes. I immediately be like, damn, you're barefoot? Sucks to suck, dude. Want my 5-year-old shoes that don't fit me anymore? Go ahead. But my shoes? Gonna have to... You're just gonna be window shopping these. Say that because you might kill me if you're staring at my shoes. I would have noticed right away. But if I wasn't too late, I took off my shoes and socks and offered them to Sachiko. They were a little wet, but still better than walking on those cold dirt floors and bare feet. I didn't really like the idea of doing that myself, but just one look at this poor lost soul shaking from form convinced me that I was doing the right thing. Thank you, big sis. Sachiko took just the socks, leaving the shoes in my hand. Are you okay with Julie's socks, Sachiko? You don't want to wear my shoes over them? I'm okay. If I took both, then you'd be barefoot. See, at least they're considerate. Even though you're stealing from me. She flashed a gentle smile at me, which stayed on her face the whole time. She slowly put on both my socks. I don't want my big sister Yuka to get hurt after all. Well, that's very thoughtful of you, Sachiko. I'll have to give you a good noodle star when we get home. If we get home. I patted her head, just like Big Brother always did to me. I love you, big sis. Her smile had grown. It's now stretched from cheek to cheek, and I begin to feel like I'll do anything at all to keep her happy. I wonder if this is how Big Brother felt when I smile at him like that. Let's do our best. Why am I reading those in her voice? Fuck. Let's do our best in here, Sachiko. Despite the severity of the situation, I was in high spirits. I almost forgot how just horrible this place really was. Do our best? Uh-huh. Let's do our best to find Big Brother. Sachiko, did you say something? I thought that it was a giggle, but it sounded different somehow. Like her voice had changed to someone else's. Or someone else was in here. Uh-huh. You're so cute. I just want to mess you right up. Huh? What? I didn't say anything. Oh, guess it was my imagination then. What is it they usually say in movies? Must have been the wind? Not too likely in this underground bunker like this, but still. I think I'm just getting paranoid. I need to pull myself together. I'm her big sister after all. I put on the bravest face I could manage and marched back out into the hall, pausing only to make sure Sachiko was still behind me. Okay. Well, I explored everywhere except for the girls' restroom. Want to see my underwear? I could also go to the front doors. Be like, open this for me. Go through it. You're a ghost. I'm not being ghostist. Just stating the fact that you can do that. Big sis. What is it? Is something wrong? It's my feet. My feet hurt. Your feet? The soles of Sachiko's feet seemed to be bothering her quite a bit. As we stood there, I noticed she was fidgeting in place, trying not to stand on them. I guess they would hurt, huh? You've been walking around in just socks after all. She said nothing else. She just stared at my feet. She seemed to want my shoes now, but didn't want to say anything since I offered them earlier, and she turned them down. So I just smiled and decided I'll offer them again. Do you want to wear my shoes? Is that okay? Of course. We wouldn't want you getting hurt anymore now, would we? What about you, big sis? I'm your big sister, so I'll be just fine. I wouldn't accept any objections. Any objections. I just took off my shoes and handed them to Sachiko without another word. Cheerfully, she slipped them on over my socks. These were a little big on her, but I knew she'd feel better than just having them. Thank you. I'm really happy now. Let's get going then, okay? Sachiko wasn't used to being such big floppy shoes. She took one step and stumbled forward. Are you alright? Here, take my hand. Okay, big sister Yuka. I love you. Hee hee. Oh, Sachiko, I already looked at here, and there was nothing to find. Let's head back now, okay? Oh, really? Then why are these? Oh! Oh, shit. Where are we going now? Die. It's like, what? It is really okay to keep going like this? Let's go this way. Sachiko was pointing down the hall towards the spot where the earthquake had dropped me. This way? Is there something over there? I don't know, but come on. What was that sound? I want to go in there. In there? But this room is locked. It just made a sound like it unlocked. Is there something in there? Please, I want to go in. Well, alright, let's see what's inside then. Sachiko nodded firmly. They practically dragged me by hand over to the door near the entry point of this underground maze. We're going in the storehouse, I'm assuming. I guess. Wow, this room's pretty big. Over there. Energetically as can be, Sachiko pulled me further into the darkened room. Sachiko, wait! Ow! It sounded like I felt like a sharp pain in the soles of my foot. I looked down and see what I stepped in. A nail? Ooh, time to check this. The floor here was actually a kind of a mess. It was bumpy and uneven, and there was all kinds of tiny sharp objects scattered everywhere. Not just old rusty nails, but bits of glass, loose wooden boards and jagged edges, and splinters all over them, and plenty else I couldn't even identify. I'm bleeding! So cute. Sachiko? What's wrong, big sis? Are you over there? So what was that voice I just heard? The fuck you mean, search? Oh, search shit. What's this? Oh, it looks like old instant cameras. Sachiko had found an old oversized instant camera laying around out somewhere and was holding it triumphantly in her hands. Bright! Ah, that startled me. Looks like it still works. May I have it? Oh, sure, but isn't it heavy? That's okay, I'm happy. Smiling for me, Sachiko carefully examined every inch of that camera. She was an innocent little girl with a brand new toy. Big sis Sachiko is tired. Damn. Do you want to take a quick nap on those futons? Uh-huh. Carefully tiptoeing across the little straw floors, nursing my sore and bloodied foot the whole while. I sacked my way over to the futons. I didn't much like the idea of sleeping in the same room as a dead child, but I have to admit, I was pretty exhausted too. They're a little damp and musty, but if we lay them out, we could at least get off our feet for a while. I'm so sleepy. Okay, I'm laying on yours right now. As soon as the futon was on the ground as flat as it would go, Sachiko sprawled out onto it. It wasn't long before her eyes slowly drooping. Yay, futon. Just seeing this innocent little girl joyously stretching out, taking a nap was enough for me to lift my spirits and renew my hope. I'm so glad Sachiko's in here with me. Thank you, big sis. Thank you too, Sachiko. I don't know what I would do if you weren't here with me. Disease. She really must have been tired. She was out like a light the second her head touched the bedding. She's so cute. Yawn. I should sleep too. I've been walking a lot. I hope that when I wake up, I'm back home. And then I never woke up. Wake up! I awoke to find myself being shooken. Sachiko was trying to get me up, and her expression had gone white as a sheet. Big sis. Well, what is it? She was on the verge of tears. Something seemed to have really spooked her. Did that huge man find us? Was she attacked? It's okay. Tell me what happened. Nice and slow. I lost my hairpin. Your hairpin? When I woke up, it was gone. Oh, okay. So here's a ghost hairpin. Here you go. The fuck you want me to do about it? I can't grab ghost hairpins. This is a you problem. Well, I could look for you, but then again, just like you, I can see straight through that. So mostly, I'll walk with you to find it while you're looking. So why don't you stop waking me up and just go and walk? Obviously, you did well, just so fine on your own, being dead and such for how fucking long. So I'm sorry, I'm venting. Oh, okay, is that all then? That's all. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it might have been into something more scary. When did you lose it? If we look, I'm sure we'll find it. The two of us searched every last inch of this room. Me with a wounded foot, but we came up empty-handed. Sachiko, is there anything your big sister can do for you? The entire time we searched, Sachiko hadn't said a word. I was hoping invoking our sisterly bond might help us cheer her up. Hair keeps getting in my eyes and it hurts. Give me that thing you're wearing. She raised her right hand and slowly pointed at my hairband. That's, I'm sorry, but that's one of the things I can't give away. As soon as I refused, Sachiko let out a faint, otherworldly groan. And the next moment, her face distorted and changed. She no longer looked like an innocent little girl. She looked like a very truly a demon now. Sachiko? Give it to me! Give it to me. The look in her eyes alone sent chills down my spine. These were the eyes of someone who meant to harm and was perfectly capable of inflicting it. What do I do? Give her the hairband. Bitch, I don't know. We're gonna save here because of the darkening. I'll stand firm. Sachiko was continuing to groan under her breath, fearing what might have been capable of. I desperately tried to console her. Sachiko, please, I want you to listen. This is something my mom just bought for me, and it's a very important reminder of her. That's why I can't give it away to you. Your mom? Somehow or another, that seemed to quell her anger. Her facial expression snapped back into that of the gentle, kind girl I've been talking to all this time. That's right. I'm really sorry, but I have to turn you down on this one. That's from your mom? That was an oddly receptive to this explanation. They even seemed fascinated by it. Maybe I caused her to remember something about her own mother. She was a little girl after all, so her mother was probably really dear to her in life. Mom. She looked like she was on the verge of tears again. I was beginning to feel bad that I had broached the subject. I'm sorry. No, it's okay. She still seemed a bit sad, but she nodded. Maybe she understood that I wouldn't give her my hairband. Maybe she was okay with it. We lived. But fuck, now where? I don't know where. Shit. Why is the music so badass all of a sudden? Sachiko. Did you like my Gmod dance? Sachiko? Hey, Sachiko. She wasn't even looking at me anymore. I must have really upset her. Listen, Sachiko. I can't give you my hairband, but I can give you something else. Anything you want. Something else? Uh-huh. There's not a lot I can do, but if I can make you feel more at ease, I'll be glad to help. Something else? Alright then, let's go in here. But this room is... I really don't want to go back in there. Ah, Sachiko! Without a moment of hesitation, Sachiko just opened the door and walked right in. I didn't even have the opportunity to stop her. What did I do now? The first thing I noticed when I entered the room was Sachiko's form sprawled out onto the ground at the foot of the blood pool. She was twitching a bit and moaning again, but this time I sounded more like a moan of pain than an anger. Sachiko? Sachiko, are you alright? Sachiko? I stepped over to her and turned around. As I put the decaying bodies behind my back and now on the sight, then start shaking her. I felt like I absolutely needed to snap her out of whatever this was before something terrible happened. Big sis. Thank goodness you're... Ah! I could feel her tiny cold hands on my abdomen through the thin cloth of my skirt. She was pushing me backwards with tremendous force. Don't touch me! I lost my balance. I was instantly toppled over. It somehow felt like my fall occurred in slow motion. The walls and ceilings of the room grew more and more distant, but it happened gradually. Then I felt a murky liquid on my back and heard the splash. I was in the pool of the bodies. What the fuck? Hey, this is the thumbnail. This is a famous screenshot. I'm doing the pose, Mom. I'm saying that because I've seen this a lot. I've seen this always. This is like like one of the few things I saw of Corpse Party. I think it's because of PewDiePie, I'm gonna be honest. Gurgle Glub! Because I've fallen backwards, it took me far too long to really regain my belongings. I was submerged in the horrible tainted water, close to drowning. Gas! Shriek! I finally broke through the surface, dodging the mini dislodged eyeballs that was floating on like peas in chicken soup. Each one wrapped in dull red bludgeoning veins. I didn't even want to think about what was in the water I would swallow. Unfortunately, much of it was still on my tongue. My mouth was filled with tiny bits of pieces of other human beings. The taste was overpowering. Gurgle gag spear. I was gaggling and belching so hard it felt like I was going to regurgitate all my internal organs. I tried to scream, but I could barely get any sounds past the foul, lumpy stew in my mouth. Big sister's disgusting. So gross. So chunky. I was losing consciousness fast, and I remember slightly praying, slightly hoping that this was all just a dream. As the world faded around me, I just kept focusing on that one last wish. Please let me wake up in my bed. Big sis here. Such go. I had no other choice. I grabbed Sachiko's outstretched arm and marveled again in the strength as she effortlessly pulled me out of the water. Cough, cough. My entire body from head to toe was covered in sticky, gloppy chunks of unidentified human flesh from countless different people. Big sis, you've got something on your head. Hack! Something? Slowly hesitantly, I raised my hand to my head and feel around it to determine what this something might have been. I wasn't looking forward to the answer. What I felt was a huge clump of matter stuck to my hair, and I was touching it. It lightly caused some sort of it to stick to my hand as well. Gah! It was a massive ball of fingers and toes. Gah! Ah! Disgusting. Big sis, there's still lots more on you. Ah! The several digits were all so sticky and slimy that they got completely wrapped up in my hair like rulers. They weren't coming out easily. Whimper. Calm down, big sis. Big sis. I must have passed out when I came to. I was lying on the ground with Sachiko looking over me. Big sis, I'm sorry. She was on the verge of tears again. But wasn't that her voice I heard giggling at me? If not, then whose was it? Was I just hearing things? That had to be it. The sweet little girl couldn't possibly have been that twisted. Bitch! What are you talking about? No, it's okay. It was my responsibility. I didn't care about how filthy I was. As long as Sachiko was alright. That's all that mattered. Yes, she was my little sister now. After all, I had to take care of her. I had to look after her. Big sis, you're so slow. Uh-huh. Wait for me, please, Sachiko. What's wrong with me? My legs feel so heavy. What's wrong with me? My legs feel... Somehow Sachiko had wound up in the lead, and I was following her blindly, struggling to keep up with her blistering pace. Pants, pants. Big sis, you're all gross. Keep away from me. Huh? I looked down to my uniform. Sure enough, it was soaked through the blood of the poor victims in the body pool and smelled really awful. You're right. I am gross. I'm sorry. I didn't recall any saying that, or even trying to say that. It was like my mouth was moving on its own, speaking someone else's thoughts. Big sis, you sure are an idiot. You know that? Yeah, I sure am. If this is how she was going to treat me, then why was I being so nice to her? Why was I doing whatever she asked me of me? It was bothering me, and yet it wasn't. I honestly didn't care anymore. I was content just to follow this abusive little girl to the ends of the earth. How long have I been walking, I wondered. Sachiko, are you still okay to walk? I was following Sachiko despite myself. I had no idea how much time had passed, but it felt like an eternity, and she completely stopped answering any of my questions. Sigh, I guess that's enough. She came to a halt. What's wrong, Sachiko? She turned and looked up to me with wide, innocent eyes. There's something Sachiko wants you to give her. Well, what is it? What was it going to be this time? I honestly didn't want to know, but the question came out of my mouth anyway, so I did this. Whatever it is you want, Sachiko, you can have it, just for you. Well, in that case... Ah! Can I have your life? My life? Somehow, some part of me knew this was coming. It was only a matter of time. I can't give you that. Once again, I couldn't seem to control the words coming out of my mouth. It just said whatever it wanted to say, regardless of how I felt. You may have my life. Ooh. She was laughing again. It was wild, crazy laughter. She was ecstatic. Oh, no. Why not? You said give me anything I wanted. Because you're my big sister, right? Sachiko smiled. Always seemed like a twinkle in the dull light of the corridor. She had the face of an angel, but it was all just a mask. I'm scared. No, please. I mustered all the strength I had, trying with whatever life was left in me to dance her words and resist her pull. There was no hope for me anymore, but I still clung to what I could. If I could just reject her statement until I was wrong. No, please, no. Please don't joke about things like that, okay? Let's just hurry and find my big brother. Big brother would be able to help us somehow. I know he will. So let's just keep searching. Your big brother? That's right. I'll never be like big brother, but I will try my best. Big brother this, big brother that. God, you're annoying. Just give it to me. I'm going to kill you. Kill you. I'll make you wrap those hands around your neck and die. Just die already. Sachiko. My body shook and spasmed uncontrollably. I was being overtaken by an invisible force. It was compelling me to speak, to say what I would be my very last words on this earth. A suicide note. When you get right down to it. I guess there's nothing I could do. Okay, I'll give it to you. I'll give you my life, Sachiko. It's all yours. Oh, well, it was instantaneously. With one single blow, my skull was cracked right open and blood spattered far away. At least you died right away. God! Okay, never mind. I could feel blood trickling from my nostrils and right in my right ear. My brain was jutting out from the inside of my head, fully exposed to the air. But I was still conscious. I could still feel everything. Oh, what a dick. I saw a bright flash of light and realized she just took a picture with the instant camera she'd been holding on to. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ. What a pretty picture this is. I'll title it Lonely Woman. Sachiko was a cute little girl before, but now her face was twisted to a hateful spirit grimace as she looked down at me in contempt. I know. How about I show this to your big brother? You told me I could have anything I wanted, right? Well, he's my big brother now. Sachiko began panting me my stickily matted head with her corpse, sticky hands, and a mockery of my previous gentleness with her. What a filthy face. Getting this was my goal all along, you know. My scrap of paper from the charm. I want to play with you again, Big Sis, so I'll spare you from your fate for now. Let's do this again real soon, Big Sister Yuka. Oh. Okay then. Well, Tooth is now playable. That was dark. That just got dark. Only way out. Oh, the achievement drawing is like, it's chibi, of course, but it's like the famous pose. That's cute. All right, we got one last chapter. And by the way, that isn't the last chapter, apparently. It apparently is. Wait, no, it probably isn't. I don't know. Because this guy does have a chapter 8. But the chapter 8 is actually called a different... Chapter 8 is literally like 4 things you could do only. And it literally is a name of a different game. Because there is another Corpse Party game called Blood Drive. And chapter 8 is called Blood Drive. So I don't know. I have no clue what that's about. But 1 chapter left. So yeah, hopefully, unless there is a secret chapter, Book of Shadows, there will be 2 more videos on this. If not, and Tooth is the ending, and they're just putting in the guide Book of Shadows because yada yada, you could do that. Then there'll be 1 video left, or 2 videos, I don't know. But yeah, Tooth, last chapter. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe. We're almost done with the series. Let's go. Woo! And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.